Storymaker here, and today we're doing our next movie, Teen Titans 2, Rise of Terra. Now enjoy this movie. The morning sun shines brightly through the tower windows. The atmosphere is peaceful, but loud. In the kitchen, Starfire and Commander Blackfire are huddled over a table, covered in bizarre earth snacks. Starfire holds up a bright blue bag of extreme spicy chips. Sister, you must try the Flaming Hot. It is said to challenge the warrior spirit of the tongue. If this snack is as weak as your earth mustard, I shall be disappointed, Corey. Strong, I respected this Cheeto. In the gym area, Wally West's Kid Flash is a literal blur. The high-tech treadmill he's on is smoking from the friction. He's reading a comic book and eating a protein bar at the same time while running 400 miles per hour. Hey, anyone seen my extra sneakers? I melted through 3 pairs this week. On the sofa, Raven is deeply focused on a thick, ancient-looking book. Her eyes are glowing in a faint violet. Beast Boy, in the form of a large green cat, is curled up next to her, purring wildly. Garfield, if you don't stop purring, I'm going to teleport you to the dishwasher. Come on, Raw. I'm just vibing. Even a demon empath needs a nap, buddy. Suddenly, the main computer blurs a red alert. Robin slides down the access pole from the training deck, landing perfectly. Everyone gear up. We've got a massive energy surge downtown. It's not a monster this time. It's a girl, and she's literally pulling the street apart. The Titans arrived at the scene. The street is shaking violently. Asphalt is ripping apart. Cars are floating in mid-air, and a geyser of water has burst from a broken pipe. The Titans drop onto the scene. Robin, Starfire, Raven, and Kid Flash immediately spring to action, helping civilians. In the middle of the chaos, a girl stands with her hands raised. Her blonde hair is flowing wildly around her, and she wears a pair of iconic goggles over her eyes. This is Terra. Beast Boy stares at her from behind a flipped taxicab. The world goes silent around him. His eyes glaze over. He is dreaming. Picnic. Beast Boy, as a green dog, fetches a frisbee for a laughing Terra. Wedding. They stand at the altar in a green and brown tuxedo dress. Pool party. Beast Boy, as a dolphin, splashes Terra in the pool. Robin is yelling orders. Starfire is catching falling chunks of concrete. Raven is creating shields. Wally is zipping around. Earth to Gar! Wake up! We've got a situation here. She's tearing up the city. I know. Isn't she amazing? She's like a Mother Nature, but with cooler glasses. I think I'm going to marry her. Beast Boy, focus. We need to contain her powers. She doesn't seem to be in control. Terra suddenly screams in frustration, and the entire street erupts into a wave of stone. The Titans scramble to avoid the wave. I'll go talk to her. Maybe she just needs a nice dinner or some friendly conversation. Gar, wait. She is a walking time bomb. The dust begins to settle as the tremors slow down. Terra is breathing heavily, her hands shaking as she stares at the cracked pavement beneath her feet. I'm trying to control it. 1 minute I'm in school, sitting in history class, and the next thing I'm craving earthquakes. It's like the ground won't stay still until I let it out. The dust begins to settle as the tremors slow down. Terra is breathing heavily, her hands shaking as she stares at the cracked pavement beneath her feet. Robin, she is powerful. If she had hit us with that last wave, we've been picking gravel out of our teeth for a week. Hey, breathe. Just breathe with me. You are not alone in having powers. That feels like a storm. Terra looks up, her goggles slightly lopsided. She sees Starfire's calm face and begins to relax, her hands slowly dropping to her sides. What's your name? It's It's Terra. Dust began to settle as the tremor slowed down. Terra is breathing heavily, her hands shaking as it stares at the cracked pavement beneath her feet. Terra, that's a beautiful name. It's Latin for Earth, right? Which makes total sense because of, the whole earthquake thing. I'm Beast Boy. I'm a gimme. I love tofu, and I think we're going to be great friends. Ignore him. He's been planning your wedding for the last 30 seconds. Terra, if you can't control this, you're a danger to yourself and the city, but we have a place where you can learn. The silence of the streets is heavy, broken only by the sound of distant sirens and hissing steams from the broken pipes. Terra stands in the center of this crater she created, looking small and fragile despite her massive power. She looks at Robin, outstretched hand, then at Beast Boy, hopeful face. Her eyes well up behind her goggles. Help me. She claps forward, her energy completely spent. Beast Boy is there in a green flash, catching her before she hits the pavement. I've got you, Terra. You're okay. You're with the good guys now. Cyborg, get a T-ship ready for medical transport. We're bringing a guest home. Hours later, Terra is asleep on the medical bed, a stabilizing monitor humming beside her. Starfire sits by her side, holding her hand in the hallway. The rest of the team gathers. Commander Blackfire leans against the wall, crossing her arms over her technical gear. The girl is a ticking time bomb, Robin. She doesn't have powers. She has hunger for the earth. If she loses control inside the tower, we all go for a swim in the bay. I felt her mind when she fainted. It's chaotic. There's a lot of fear, but there's also something else. A shadow, like someone has been poking at her brain. Far from the tower, a single monitor flickers to life in the dark. On the screen is the live feed of the Titan Tower. She's in. The help they offered her will be the very thing that buries them. Slade stuns before the glowing monitors, his suited cold and opposing. From the shadows behind him, a younger figure steps forward, wearing technical gear that mimics Slade's own orange and black aesthetics. You're right, Father. That's Terra. She should be one of us. Patience. Let the boy, the green one, make her feel loved. Let Robin make her feel safe. The higher they build her up, the deeper the hole will be when she finally brings that tower down. Terra is awake, wearing a borrowed Titans training jumpsuit. She looks nervous, standing in the center of the reinforced training room. Beast Boy is standing across from her, holding a stack of giant foam targets. Okay, Terra, don't think about earthquakes. Think about moving a pebble. Just one little pebble. You're in control, remember? One pebble? Okay. She focuses. Her eyes glow a dull, dusty yellow. Slowly, the floor beneath the foam targets begin to rise, lifting the targets into the air with incredible precision. See? You're doing it. It's natural. Too fast. It's like she's done this before, but she's trying to hide it. I still don't like the shadow I felt in her mind. Robin, something's watching her from the inside. She's getting the hang of it fast. Raven's eyes remain fixed on Terra through the reinforced glass. She can feel the girl power rising through the very foundation of the tower. Yes, Raven, I am watching her, inside and out, and all I see is a girl who finally has a chance to be a hero. You're just being spooky Raven again. Give her a break. There's a difference between watching someone and being blinded by them, Gar. Robin doesn't say anything. He just watches Terra move a massive boulder with a flick of her wrist. He wants to believe Beast Boy, but his Batman training is screaming that something is wrong. On the skyscrapers directly across from the tower, two figures crouch on the ledge. They are dressed in a silk high-tech technical gear, one in orange and black, the other in silver and rose. Grant and Rose, the children of Swade. Look at them. They're already treating her like a pet. Look at the green one. He's practicing waging his tail. Let them get comfortable. Father says the best way to destroy a family is from the dinner table. The frequency is set. When Father gives the word, Terra won't just crave an earthquake. She'll become one. It's a long way down into the bay. Titans, I hope you all know how to swim. The training session has ended. The heavy boulders have been set back in their places, and the room is quiet. Terra is sitting on the edge of the training platform, wiping a sweat from her forehead. You know, for someone who was afraid of the ground moving a week ago, you're doing pretty great. Terra, you're beautiful. I mean, the way you move the rocks, and just you in general. Well, thanks. I guess I'm not used to people saying nice things while I'm covered in dirt. You seem interesting too, little green gremlin. I'm still figuring out how you can turn to a T-Rex and a kitty cat in the same minute. I'm still learning about my powers, just like I'm learning about you. Hey, gremlin is a new one. I'll take it, and don't worry about the learning part. We've got all the time in the world. Suddenly, the floor beneath Beast Boy and Terra trembles. It's not a natural earthquake, it's jagged and mechanical. Did I do that? I didn't mean to. Easy, Terra. It's okay. Grant and Rose are focused on their monitors, watching the tower shake. They are so concentrated on the frequency trigger that they don't hear the soft hum of purple energy behind them. Excuse me, you should leave, now, before I sound the alarm, or before I decide to see if your heads bounce off the pavement 50 stories down. The Temeranian. Slade mentioned you. He said you were a traitor to your own blood. Slade talks too much. I don't care about blood or traitors. I care about my peace and quiet. And you, too, are making a lot of noise with that little toy in your hands. We aren't afraid of you, Princess. There are 2 of us and 1 of you. Those are the odds I like. Now, are you going to run back to your father, or I am going to have to send you back in pieces? Commander doesn't wait for an answer. She lunges forward. Her purple energy crashes against Rose's twin katanas. The sparks from the impact light up the night sky. Grant fires his pulse rifle, but Commander spins in mid-air, dodging the shots with a royal elegance before blasting him back into the brick chimney. You fight like children. Slade should have spent more time training you and less time building toys. The alarm sirens are screaming, red lights flashing against the walls. The tower is groaning under the medical vibration sent by the device on the roof. Terra stands up, her eyes glowing a fierce, solid yellow. She looks at Beast Boy, who is already shifting into a green tiger, ready for comeback. Come on, Beastie, let's show them what we can do. I like the spirit, Terra. Just keep it together. Robin, Starfire, Raven, and Kid Flash burst onto the roof. They see the energy tracers coming from the skyscraper across the way. It's a target frequency. Someone's trying to force the tower down. Look, my sister's already in battle. Terra and Beast Boy, now a giant eagle, fly and jump from the tower balcony, heading straight for the fight. Terra isn't just hovering, she's standing on a massive piece of floating rock, surfing through the air with incredible speed. First one to the rooftop gets the first hit. The rooftop battle has become too much for a structure to handle. Between Commander Starbolts and Grant Explosive, the foundations give away. With a sickening crunch, the top 3 floors of the skyscraper shear off, sliding towards the crowded streets below. Terra watches in horror as the building she was just standing on collapses into the earth. Dust and debris fill the air. Screams echo from the rubble. Civilians who were working late are now pinned under tons of steel and concrete. No, 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 no! Terra, look! There are people in there. Terra looked at the shaking hands. She can feel the weight of her every stone. Every beam, every life trapped underneath. The shadow in her mind screams to let it out, but she fights it back. I'm so sorry. Let me help you out. The ground doesn't just shake, it lifts. In a massive display of power, Terra begins to levitate in the entire collapsed section of the building. Hundreds of tons of debris rise into the air, hovering precariously above the street. Titans! Terra is holding the structure. Get in there and get those people out before she loses her grip. Kid Flash becomes a yellow blur, zipping under the floating debris to pull people to safety. Starfire and Commander fly into the gaps, lifting heavy beams to free the trapped workers. Hurry! Please, it's so heavy. Behind a nearby pillar, Rose watches the scene, her hand hover over a detonator. She looks at Grant, who is nursing a bruised shoulder from his fight with Blackfire. Look at her. She's wasting her energy on the weak. Let her. The more she strains now, the easier it will be for Father to break her later. The last civilian has been pulled to safety. Terra finally lets go, and the massive debris slams into the dirt with a bone-shaking thud. She collapses to her knees, gasping for air, her face pale and covered in gray dust. Raven walks through the settling fog, her cape tight around her. She looks at the crater, then at the terrified people Terra just saved. You saved 10 people, Terra, but you leveled an entire city block to do it. The chaos in your head is spilling out into the streets. Earth is big much. Do not worry, you are learning. You listen to the rocks, but the rocks are loud and difficult to understand. You tried to do the right thing. Robin walks up, his mask reflecting the flashing blue and red lights of the Mersey vehicles. He doesn't look confronted. He looks at his wrist computer, calculating the millions in damages. Intentions don't clear the debris, Star. Terra, you did more harm than good. If we hadn't been here, that entire building would have fallen on the crowd. You're too unstable for the field. Dudes, it was an accident. She was trying to help. You can't blame her for the building being weak. She's just a kid trying to figure this out, just like we were. From the darkness of the nearby alley, Rose and Grant watch the Titans argue. Rose clicks her comlink. Father, the seeds of doubt are planted. The boy wonder is pushing her away, just like you said he would. Excellent. When a heart is broken, it is much easier to reshape. Prepare the next phrase. The next morning, Raven and Terra are in a big forest. The city is a distant hum behind the thick towering trees. This is a place silence and roots. Raven hovers inches above the mossy ground, her purple cloak perfectly still. Terra stands opposite of her, looking frustrated, her boots kicking at the dirt. You are focusing on anger, Terra. That is why the ground shakes. I lost control a couple times, more than a couple. My power is literally fueled by emotions. If I feel too much, world ends. What you need to learn is control. There are no people here, just the earth. No one to hurt, no one to judge you. Stop trying to move the mountain. Don't fight it. Become one with it, and you will be fine. Become one. Slowly, the ground doesn't crack, it flows. A small pillar of stone rises gently from the earth, lifting a fallen bird nest back up to the high branch without spilling a single leaf. See? The earth isn't your enemy, Terra. It's your heartbeat. High above in the trees, a shimmer in the air reveals a cloaked figure. Rose is perched on the branch, watching the training through her technical visor. She clicks her comps. Father, the witch is teaching her how to balance. She's getting calmer. Balance is a fragile thing, Rose. One will place tragedy. Is all it takes to tip the scale back to chaos. Let them finish their lesson. Then give Terra something she can't control. The air in the forest suddenly grows cold. The birds stop chirping. Terra is still standing with her eyes closed, her hands hovering over the soil, but she feels the change. A low mechanical hum vibrates through the rocks. It's him, the man from the monitors, the one who told me I was a weapon. Don't look at him, Terra. Look at me. He wants the chaos. He wants to see yourself through his eyes. Don't give him that power. Focus on the heartbeat of the forest, not the man on the cliff. Don't look at her. Get out of my head! Terra thrusts her hands forward. Instead of a controlled pillar, a massive shard of stone erupts from the ground. Flying towards Slade, he simply sidesteps it with effortless grace. Terra, stop. That's exactly what he wants. See? The hero training fails the moment things get difficult. Come to me, Terra, and I'll show you how to break the cage, not live in it. Deathstroke is still looking down at the girls, his single eye cold and calculating, when the ground begins to shake with rhythmic beat. The Boy Wonder's lapdog arrives, right on schedule. From the thick brush below the ledge, a green giant rhino bursts into the clearing. It's a massive wall of muscle and green hide, moving with the speed of a freight train. Beast Boy lets out a snorting roar that vibrates through the leaves. Gar, stay back. He's trying to provoke her. Get away from her, Slade. You've been haunting her long enough. You think you're protecting her, Garfield? You're just another wall she's going to have to break through. Stop it! Everyone, just stop it! The vortex of mud and stone swirls faster. Trees are beginning to suck into the earth. Beast Boy, as a gorilla, is struggling to keep his footing on the ledge. Slade remains perched on a branch, watching the chaos with terrifying calmness. Shh, Terra, focus. Don't look at the fight. Don't look at him. I can't! Everything's so loud. The earth is screaming. It's not the earth, Terra. It's you. Fears create earthquakes. Every time your heart hammers, the ground follows. You are the conductor of a symphony. Now make it quiet. Find the silence. The same silence we found before he got here. Hurry up, Rar. I can't play tag with this guy forever. The girl is a force of nature, Raven. You are trying to teach a hurricane how to breeze. It's a waste of time. Quiet. Make it quiet. The swirling mud begins to slow. The tremors under the trees soften into a low hum. The gold glow in Terra's eyes fade back to blue. The forest stabilizes, leaving only a massive steel crater in the center of the clearing. Good. You're in control. For now. But control is just a mask for the truth, isn't it? Slade drops his smoke pellet, and a cloud of gray mist swallows the branch. When it clears, he is gone. As the smoke from Slade's exit clears, Rose and Grant drop from the canopy, their blades drawn and pulse rifles humming. They land in a technical crouch, ready to charge at the exhausted Terra and Raven. Father might be done playing, but we aren't. Come with us, Terra. You don't belong with these weaklings. Before they can take a single step, a yellow blur streaks around them, creating a vacuum of wind that kicks up a cyclone of leaves. Kid Flash, Wally, stops in front of them, his arms crossed and a smirk on his face. Sorry guys, no pulse ones allowed in this forest. From the trees, a massive green bear, Beast Boy, thunders forward, standing tall and letting out a roar that shakes the remaining loose branches. Hovering above them, the sky ignites with two different colors of fire, Starfire glowing green and Blackfire glowing purple. To scent, their hands aimed directly at the siblings. You should not harm our friend. Two Temerian princesses against two humans in masks. I like the odds. Rose and Grant find themselves completely circled. To their left is a speedster. To their right is a 1,000-pound bear. And above them, two cosmetic powerhouses. This wasn't in the briefing. This isn't over, Terra. You can't stay in the light forever. Actually, she can. Now, are you going to leave on your own? Or do you want a one-way flight back to Gotham via Starfire Express? Grant and Rose are captured. Back to the tower. Grant and Rose have been stripped of their weapons and technical gear. Grant is pacing the small space like a caged animal, while Rose sits on the floor, staring at the wall with cold, silent fury. This is pathetic. We had them. We had the girl. We had nothing, Grant. We had a trap that failed because you were too slow to see the backup coming. My fault. This is on you, Rose. You're the one who wanted to play with our food and wait for the perfect moment. I told you to grab her and go, but you had to be the dramatic one. I follow Father's orders. You're just looking for someone to blame because you're terrified of what he's going to do when he finds out we're locked in the birdcage. They have no loyalty. It is a problem with these master-student relationships. The moment the wall crumbles, the rats start biting. It is a tragedy. They are family, yet they speak with tongues of enemies. Yeah, well, Grant's right about one thing. Slade is going to be fuming. We just took his best pawns off the board. Beast Boy and Terra are at the back of the group. Terra looks at the siblings in the cell, her hands trembling slightly. She sees a version of herself in them, controlled by Slade, used for a mission, and then discarded. Is that what happens when you aren't useful to him anymore? You just get left behind. Not with us, Terra. We don't leave people behind. Ever. At night, a sudden power surge triggered by a hidden override in Grant cybernetic boots, causing the energy bars to flicker for a split second. It's the only window he needs. Grant lunges for the opening, but Rose moves to follow him. Without hesitation, Grant spins around and delivers a brutal kick to Rose's chest, sending her flying back into the center of the cell just as the energy bars hum back to life. Grant, what are you doing? Sorry, but my father needs me, not a failure. You were the one who got caught. Rose, if I bring myself back, I'm a survivor. If I bring you, I'm just carrying the dead weight. Grant, you fool! Come back here. You think he'll reward you for this? He'll discard you for the moment you stop being a soldier. Moments later, the Titans went to the room. Proximity alert. Cell block A is breached. It's Grant. He's gone rogue. He left Rose behind. He's heading for the rooftop hangar. Beast Boy and Terra arrive just in time to see the footage of Grant ditching his sister. Terra watches the screen, her face pale. The cruelty of Slade's world is on full display. He just left her, like she was nothing. That is the discipline Slade teaches. Loyalty to the mission, never to the person. Starfire! Blackfire! Intercept him on the roof. Don't let him reach his extraction ship. Starfire and Blackfire streaks across the sky, their energy bolts lighting up the darkness, but they are a second too late. Grant dives into the cloaked stealth pod that was hovering just off the ledge. The engine roars, and the craft vanishes into rapt shimmer before the sisters can land a hit. Coward! He runs like a frightened Zard beast. Silent returns to the prison block. Save for the low, extra hum of the bars, Rose is no longer screaming. She has crawled back into the furthest, darkest corner of the cell. She sits with her knees pulled to her chest, her silver hair hiding her face. How dare he? How dare he leave me here? She looks so alone. That's Slade's version of family, Terra. You're only a brother or a sister until things get difficult. Then you're just a witness. Grant's gone. He'll lead Slade right to us eventually, but for now, We have Rose, and she's the only one who knows Wade's next move. She won't talk, Robin. Her heart is filled with enough spite to power this tower. She isn't just angry at Grant, she's angry at herself for believing in them. Tara and I were talking. We can't just keep her in there. Robin, she didn't try to escape. Grant did that to her. He uses her as a shield, then ditched her. He treated her exactly how Swade treats everyone else, like a tool you just throw away when the job gets hard. We know what that feels like. She's still the daughter of a master assassin, you two. We don't know what kind of trick she has up her sleeve. We need her in the cell if we want information on Swade's next move. They have a point though, Robin. She's just sitting there. She's not even trying to escape. Slade broke his own family dynamic right in front of us. Her heart is vulnerable right now. She is hurt. If we want her to talk, locking her in a box like a criminal won't work. We have to show her we are different from her father. Computer, disable the energy bars. Lower the defense grid on cell block A. Bold move, boy wonder. Hope she doesn't use those katanas she hides somewhere in her suit. The blue energy bars have been down for hours. The door to the cell stands wide open, an invitation to leave, but Rose hasn't moved. She remains curled in a corner, staring at the floor. Nothing. No rescue teams, no ransom demands, no static on the intercept channels. It's been hours, and Grant or Slave haven't even bothered finding her. They aren't coming, Gar. To them, she already gone. A soldier who gets caught doesn't exist anymore in Slade's world. The mission is all he cares about. You're just a name on a checklist to him. But here, you're a person. Rose looked at the open door, then at two of them. The realization that the heroes are more loyal to a stranger than her father was to his own daughter finally breaks her. He's at the old shipyard, Pier 54. He's building a seismic amplifier to trigger a fault in line under the city. Grant is his new general now. Then let's go show them what happens when you leave a Titan or a sister behind. The heavy footsteps of Robin echoed on the metallic floor as he entered the cell block. He doesn't look like he's there to fight. He looks like he's there to deliver a hard truth. He stops at the edge of the open cell door, looking down at Rose. We scan every intercept frequency. We've monitored the shipyard and the safe houses. There hasn't been a single ping. He's not coming, Rose. You don't know that. You don't know him. He has plans within plans. This is probably a test. He's waiting for me to break out on my own. I know men like Slade. I spent my life being trained by one, remember? The difference is, Batman will never leave a soldier behind. Slade doesn't have soldiers. He has tools, and once a tool is broken or lost, he just gets a new one. You can sit here or wait for a rescue that isn't coming, or you can stand up and take back your wife. We're heading to Pier 54. He pulls her twin katanas from behind his back and tosses them onto the bench next to her with a heavy clatter. If you don't want to show your father what a failure looks like, now is the time. The T-ship engines hums in the background, vibrating the floor. Tara steps onto the ramp, looking more like a Titan than ever. She's wearing a custom Titan armor, silk reinforced plating that matches the team colors. On her hands are high-tech geological gloves, designed by Robin to help her focus on her seismic energy. Tara looks at Rose, who is still staring at her twin katanas on the bench, her reflection staring back at her in cold steel. I can't believe he pushed me in here. My own brother, my own blood. All I am is Slade's girl, a shadow of a man who doesn't even want me. That's what he wants you to think. He wants you to believe you're nothing without his name. You aren't Slade's girl anymore. Rose, you're the girl who's going to go to Pier 54 and show him exactly what he threw away. Rose looks at the hand, then at the katanas. She stands up, her eyes turning from a sad to a sharp evil silver. She shares the swords into her back scabbards. I like the gloves, Terra. Let's go break his toys. The T-ship screams over the dark water. Below the shipyard is crawling with Slade's robotic commandos. In the center of the docks, a massive seismic amplifier is already glowing with a violent orange light, sending deep ripples into the bay. Titans, go! Terra, Rose, you're with me. We're taking the front door. The Titans storm the platform. Robin and Raven take out their robotic commandos, while Terra uses her new gloves to stabilize the ground, preventing the amplifier from triggering the fault line. Rose steps into the center of the docks, her twin katanas unsheathed. Standing by the control console is Deathstroke Slade, with Grant at his side, holding a pulse rifle. I expected the Titans to come for the machine. I didn't expect them to bring my trash back to me. I'm not here to come back, Father. I'm here to close the account. You failed, Rose. You are no longer with us. You allowed yourself to be captured by children. You showed weakness where I demanded strength. Grant understands. Unlike you, he knows that the mission is the only family that matters. He is true here to the name of Wilson. You are just a memory of a mistake. Sorry, sis. Father says there's only room for one shadow in the city, and I'm the one holding the gun. Then it's good thing I brought a new family, one that doesn't kick its own into the cage. Terra slams her gloved hands into the metal deck. A massive pillar of rock erupts from the bay, lifting Rose high into the air so she can dive directly at Grant. Show what a failure can do, Rose. Slade stands at the center of the vibrating platform, his single eye glowing with a cold, mechanical light. He watches as the Titans surrounded the seismic amplifier, his posture unmoving even as the world shakes around him. You brought the Titans here. You are trespassing, all of you. This was meant to be the beginning of a new order, and you choose to lead the vermin to my doorstep. You are no longer my daughter, Rose. I have no room for a traitor in my legacy. The truth is, I never needed one. You never needed a daughter. You just wanted a weapon that didn't have a heart. Well, you got your wish, Slade. I'm a weapon now, and I'm aimed at you. Titans, target the amplifier and the guards. Rose, he's all yours. Rose screams a battle cry and lunges, her twin katanas crashing against Slade's metallic staff in a shower of sparks. Grant tries to intervene, but Terra slams her gloved hands together, causing the very metal of the pier to wrap around Grant's legs like a vice. Not today, brother. Today, the failures win. Wally and Starfire streaks through the air, dismantling the machine's cooling fans, while Raven wraps the entire platform in a dark shield to contain coming explosions. You think a team makes you strong? It only gives me more targets to break. You think a team makes you strong? It only gives me more targets to break. The systematic amplifier is screaming, sending shockwaves through the harbor. Slade stands amidst the chaos, his cape snapping in the wind. He looks at Rose, who is standing shoulder to shoulder with Terra and Beast Boy. Look at you. Pathetic. Do you really think they care about you? You are a killer playing house. The Titans are not your home, stupid girl. You were born in the dark, and that is the only place where you ever belong. You're right, Slade. I was born in the dark, but these guys, they're the ones who showed me how to find the light. And if home is whatever you aren't, then we're exactly where you need to be. Now, Titans, take it down! Raven wraps the entire platform in a dark energy field to contain the blast. Starfire and Blackfire combine their starboats, firing a massive blast of green and purple fire into the center of the machine. Boom! The amplifier shatters in the blinding white light. Swade and Grant are thrown back into the dark waters of the bay. The city is safe, the sun beginning to rise over Jump City. The Titans are exhausted, sitting around in the kitchen. Rose is sitting on the counter, staring at a spare Titans communicator in her hand. Welcome to your new home. Thanks, I guess. The battle at Pier 54 is a memory. Swade and Grant have been defeated, disappearing into the shadows of the bay. The seismic threat is gone. Rose stands by the broken window of the tower, looking out at the city she almost helped destroy. She is still wearing her technical gear, but her swords are sheathed. Robin walks up beside her. What's next? I spent my whole life training for a man who didn't want me. Now that he's gone, I don't know who I am. That's the best part, Rose. You get to decide. You aren't a Wilson anymore. You're a Titan. And the Titans always have a next move. Later at night, they went to the fairground. Bright neon lights reflect off the water of the bay. The smell of popcorn and cotton candy fills the air. It's the same fair where the team first met Raven, but tonight it's peaceful. Beast Boy and Terra walk through the crowd. Terra is wearing her new goggles as a headband, laughing at the green stuffed dog Beast Boy won for her at a game booth. See? I told you, no earthquakes, no villains, just the best funnel cake on the West Coast. It's perfect, Gar. Thank you. They reach the Ferris wheel as they climb into a car and it slowly begins to rise. The entire city of Jump City opens up beneath them. For the first time, the ground doesn't feel like a weapon to Terra. It feels like home. So, does this count as a picnic I was dreaming about? Better. Now that's the end of this movie. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.